Hey everyone, welcome back to ACT Math Quick Hits, where you can make one small change in watching these videos. It doesn't cost you any money, only costs a little bit of time, and you can help improve your ACT math score. There's the rundown of the math section of the ACT, and now let's get back into it. All right, so today's question starts with function notation. It tells us f of t equals 7e to the 3t plus 1, right? So a pretty complicated expression. It has that base of e, right, which is just a value like 2.7, just like pi, right? It's an irrational number that just repeats forever. But then it wants us to know, okay, what is f of 5? So basically all it's saying is that, okay, here's an equation. Your input is 5. Tell us what your output is. But it can be kind of complicated with that base of e. However, our Desmos hack will let us power through this one very easily. So let me do a little split screen here so we can see the Desmos piece and the question, see how well they both fit. Okay, pretty good. All right, so I'm going to call it f of x. I know the problem says f of t. It isn't necessarily a big deal, but we did run into an issue before. So let's just stick with x's and y's. So we have 7, and then we can just put e right in, and Desmos recognizes it as being that value. And then our exponent is 3t, and then arrow over to bring it back down to b plus 1. All right, so, actually, it should be 3x, right? So careful with that, right? If you're calling them x, make sure they're all x. Gives us a picture of the graph, great, but all it wants us to do is evaluate f of 5. So again, we can hack our way through Desmos. If we just do f of 5, right, it gives us that value. So notice our answers are all given to us in scientific notation, though. So it's a little bit trickier. However, we actually don't need to know a ton about scientific notation to answer this, right? Because our first value is 2, and there's only one of these choices that has a 2 as their first value. Again, it's an approximation. So let me just take the extra step and talk about what this scientific notation means. Right, this 2 times 10 to the 7th just means we have a 2, and then we have 7 zeros following it, or like our decimal place is 7 units away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And so if we go back and look over here, if we notice, if we were to move our decimal places 7 places to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? We would have like 2.2 times 10 to the 7th. So again, notice, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places, right? So that's what the scientific notation is telling us. Again, you didn't really need it for this, but I just want to take an extra minute to show you that. Our answer would then be choice C. All right, thanks again for watching, everyone. I know this isn't the most exciting stuff that's out there, but remember, your future self will appreciate if you like and subscribe so you can keep getting these videos and keep making progress on your math ACT. Thanks, everyone.